Hello, good morning. This is Alvin here, and welcome to our weekly market watch. This is from tradeyouredge.com or marketapprentice.com, and I welcome you to feedback or ask me any questions after these commentaries. All right, as usual, I always look at the bigger picture, and right now I'm looking at the euro dollar. The euro dollar is moving on a downward trend. Um, and today, this week, I've due to some personal issues, my weekend was completely filled. So I'm now recording this on a Monday morning. This is Monday morning in Asia, by the way. Okay. So as you can see, the week has just started. What is very interesting is that price has touched and it's testing the channel that I've drawn. And this was a channel that I drew a few weeks ago with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches at the bottom and a few light touches on the top of the channel. Okay, my bias is that this is a downward trend, but as you can see, when there is some when the channel isn't flowing nicely, usually a bit of overshoot or undershoot, that could be an indication of a change of direction. Nonetheless, there is no confirmation just yet. So my bias is still on a downward trend with close attention to a change of direction. Now, I've been commenting on the close tight range. So you can see this little box here. My tight range has been going, and this is the high at 1.1 and the low at 1.07, right? That's roughly 300 pips range. Now, what I suspected, or since the break of that range, price has been going north, and my initial target was here. So right now, I'm just going to watch where price is doing and how is it testing the upper range. Just to give you an idea, these channels are just a guideline. Sometimes they are not 100%. I would still go to my technicals to find my entries, but this will give me a rough direction. Okay. So that's the euro dollar, moving very nicely upwards with bull bars all the way. That gives me a strong indication that this went up. Also, if I look at a weekly chart, as mentioned in the previous week, once it's broken the range with a strong bullish bar on a single long candlestick, I am very interested. Okay, so that's the situation. If I were to look at a monthly trend, there's nothing in particular, so forget that for now. And that's really it. So would this come back down to continue a downtrend, or would it test the upper channel rebounds to go up? I am excited and I'm looking for a pullback before I find an entry. Okay, so that's that. Moving on is the pound dollar. All right, the pound dollar. If I were to go to a weekly chart, it's just pretty choppy. Again, this is a downward triangle, and has tested the bottom. Bear in mind, we are currently going through COVID-19, and this is June. COVID-19 officially started in China early of the year, so it's 6 months has passed. For me, I'm personally looking at the range as an indication where market is indecisive. What does that mean? There is usually when price is ranging, it just means there is no dominant player. There is no dominant buyer and there's no dominant seller. Sometimes you get some false breaks, but that happens quite regularly. My previous bias was that price would have broken on the lower side, retest it and go further down. Unfortunately, I did not get a strong sell order or sell indication. What I will always be looking for is I need price to break the previous low. So price came down, broke that upward line, came down and formed a new low. Now, for me, I need price to retest it and to go lower. Sometimes I will take the entry here when the price is retesting, sometimes not. it depends. It depends on the price action in a smaller time frame. Right now, after coming low, it just started moving higher again, and as you can see, it even broke my previous ceiling here. So with that, I am now cleaning this up. I will remove this and see what price is going to do when testing this high. My ideal scenario is that price would come down lower, test it, and go higher. Okay, so that's pound dollar, and we have gold, right? So, very messy. So just a bit of background. My bias is on a long-term bull run, slow and steady run. Price is going higher, and my expectation that if I want a very long-term indication, I would need price to break the 1900 level, right? So this is roughly where price is, roughly plus minus 1900. There you go. That's on the monthly chart. Moving back to the weekly chart, it's just been choppy, similar to the majors. Price have been moving in a range. Initially, price was giving me a triangle. This is now invalidated, but pretty interesting. It's such that price broke up, came down, and is it retesting it? I don't know. My idea is not to overanalyze it, and I am just going to remove all this and say, okay, is price give me a nice range here? Will it continue to give me a range? Not too sure yet, but one thing's for certain is that price tested the upper range here, didn't break, and it's now staying there. Okay, so I'm looking forward to see that, and that is gold. Last but not least, my euro pound. So euro pound here, not much happening. Again, that major range is still intact. The range that I'm indicating is between 0.92 and 0.83, right? So there is roughly 900 pips there. Let's see what it's going to do in the coming week. I'm not too interested as it is in the middle of the range right now. So that's my view. I hope this is useful. And do send me any questions if you have. If you're interested to know more, do check out my website at www.tradeyouredge.com. Okay, all right, thank you, and happy trading.